Everybody universally recognizes him as one of the top 3 players in the history of basketball. What the hell else do you want? A diaper and a bib? What do you want? When we talk about the GOAT, because he's not in a lot of people's eyes, it's Michael Jordan.
Stephen A. Smith has made it clear once again, LeBron James not and will never be greatest of all time. For him, the throne has always belonged to Michael Jordan, but behind that statement lies a deeper discussion about legacy, expectation, and what fans demand from LeBron James. Is it fair? Is it honest? Or are we simply asking too much from someone who has already given everything? Before we get into the full breakdown, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to NBA Showdown, and hit the bell so you never miss any of the hottest takes in basketball. Now let us dive right in. Stephen A. Smith opens the conversation by reminding everyone that the debate is already over for most people. When the word GOAT is mentioned, the first name that comes up is Michael Jordan. Not because people hate LeBron, not because he hasn't achieved greatness, but because Jordan's impact is simply unmatched. LeBron has been dominant for 2 decades. He has shattered records, made history, and built a legendary resume. Yet for a large part of the basketball world, that is still not enough to dethrone Jordan. Why? Because GOAT status is not just about stats, it is about dominance, fear, mystique, and perfection when the moment matters most. And Jordan was undefeated in that space. So when Stephen A. says LeBron will never be the GOAT, he is not insulting him. He is acknowledging the reality of how greatness is perceived. The people have spoken, and in their eyes, Jordan is still the ultimate standard.
When we talk about the GOAT, because he's not in a lot of people's eyes, it's Michael Jordan.
In the very next breath, Stephen A. pivots to a deeper frustration, the expectations people place on LeBron James. He argues that being recognised as one of the top 3 players ever should be more than enough. But somehow, for critics and fans alike, it never is. Instead of appreciating what LeBron has done, people constantly compare, nitpick, and demand more. That is what leads Stephen to the sarcastic remark about fans needing a diaper and a bib because the complaining has reached childish levels. LeBron is not perfect, but he has accomplished more than almost any athlete in NBA history. Multiple championships, MVPs, records, a 20-year career at the highest level, and yet people still act as if he is failing them just because he is not Jordan. That mindset is toxic. It overlooks what makes LeBron incredible in his own right and turns admiration into obsession, and Stephen A. is calling it out.
Everybody universally recognizes him as one of the top 3 players in the history of basketball. What the hell else do you want? A diaper and a bib? What do you want?
Stephen A. digs even deeper by talking about LeBron's return to Cleveland. He says that move was not about headlines or PR, it was about redemption. When LeBron first left Cleveland, fans burned his jerseys and labelled him a traitor. His reputation took a major hit, so going back home was personal. It was a mission. LeBron needed to rewrite the story and bring a title to the city that raised him, and when he did, everything changed. That championship was not just a trophy, it was a healing moment for his legacy. It repaired the bond with Ohio and reminded people that LeBron still cared about where he came from. For Stephen A., that move speaks volumes about LeBron's character. It was never just about the media or the narrative. It was about doing the right thing, even when it was hard. That is the part of the story fans often forget, and it deserves respect.
He only went back to Cleveland for one reason: to resurrect his reputation.
Stephen A. Smith doesn't just stop at the surface. He dives into the true reason LeBron returned to Cleveland. According to him, it was never just about legacy padding or another ring. It was about lifting a curse. That city had not seen a championship in over 5 decades. For LeBron, it was a matter of principle. He wanted to be the one to bring that elusive trophy home, and he did. In 2016, against all odds, he delivered a miracle comeback against the 73-win Golden State Warriors team, but instead of holding that moment sacred, people moved on quickly, downplaying the magnitude of what he had done. Stephen A. points out that fans often forget how much pressure LeBron was under. That title should have been seen as the ultimate closure. Instead, it became just another checkpoint in an endless race against Jordan, and that is where things start to become truly unfair.
So he went back to erase a more than half-century curse on that area in professional sports because they hadn't captured what? a championship.
Now here's where Stephen A gets brutally honest. After everything LeBron has done, fans still act confused about why these moments matter. They treat legendary accomplishments like routine events. Winning a title for Cleveland was not just another ring, it was history. But people often respond with shrugs or pivot back to Jordan debates. That kind of short-term memory is what Stephen A calls out. There is a constant moving of the goalposts when it comes to LeBron. No matter how much he achieves, there is always something he hasn't done, or some arbitrary legacy box he hasn't checked. And that mindset is corrosive. It makes it impossible for any player, no matter how great, to be fully appreciated in real time. LeBron has met every challenge, carried massive expectations, and still gets criticised as if none of it happened. According to Stephen A, is not just wrong, it is exhausting.
Got it. All of a sudden, you really don't understand why it's of so importance. It's nonsense.
Finally, Stephen A ends with a message that ties everything together. LeBron James deserves respect, not just for what he's done on the court, but for how he carries himself off of it. He talks about the discipline, the dedication, and the unmatched work ethic that LeBron brings every single season. He's not just clocking in and cashing checks, he's maintaining a level of excellence that few athletes in any sport can match. That kind of commitment is rare, and Stephen A says fans need to appreciate that part of the story. You can still believe Jordan is the GOAT, that's fair, but don't let that blind you from recognising the greatness that is right in front of you, because when it's gone, people will look back and realise they took LeBron James for granted, and by then, it will be too late to change the narrative.
And about the commitment that LeBron gives, that he's revered for, along with many off the court. In the off season, are you constantly working to improve your craft and to elevate your level of play? The audience needs to see that.
At the end of the day, the GOAT debate will never die, but Stephen A. Smith has made his stance crystal clear. Jordan is number one. He always will be, but that does not mean we should disrespect LeBron or act like his legacy isn't one of the greatest we've ever seen. Instead of tearing him down, maybe it's time we appreciate the fact that we got to witness two legends in one lifetime. If you agree with Stephen A. or have your own take, let us know in the comments. Hit that like button, subscribe to NBA Showdown, and turn on notifications so you never miss a moment in basketball history. We'll catch you in the next one.